Have you ever wondered why some women seem to have this almost magnetic power over a man? The kind of power where he can't stop thinking about her, where he replays the memory of one night over and over in his head, smiling like he's got a secret. I'll tell you what it is. It's not the dress she wore. It's not the restaurant they went to. And it's not even what happened in the bedroom. It's the way she made him feel in those most intimate, vulnerable moments. And ladies, one of the most powerful ways you can make a man feel completely desired, completely lucky, and completely addicted to you is when you go down on him. But here's the mistake most women make. They think it's all about technique, like it's some kind of performance they need to nail perfectly. And because of that, end up overthinking, rushing, or worse, treating it like a chore. What he actually craves isn't perfection. What he craves is passion. What he craves is the sense that you want to be there, that you enjoy giving him that experience just as much as he enjoys receiving it. Because when you show up with that kind of energy, it stops being just physical. It becomes emotional. It becomes a moment that leaves him completely undone, weak in the knees, and utterly hooked on you. So today, I want to share with you 5 powerful secrets, the best ways to go down on him, not in a way that's just good enough, but in a way that will make him remember you as the woman who blew his mind, stole his breath, and made him never want anyone else but you. When it comes to giving a man pleasure, the number one thing that separates a good experience from an unforgettable one isn't a special move or a secret trick. It's the confidence you bring into that moment. Let me tell you why. Imagine this, he's lying back, excited, ready for you, and instead of jumping right into it nervously, you slow down, look at him, and smile like you've already won. That look alone tells him, I know exactly what I'm doing, and you're going to love every second of it. That moment, before you've even started, already sets his mind on fire. Confidence is the spark that turns an ordinary act into an intoxicating memory. See, men are incredibly sensitive to energy. He can feel if you're anxious, if you're second guessing yourself, or if you're just going through the motions to get it done. And when that happens, the magic disappears. But when you show up like you're not afraid, like you're actually excited to take your time and play with him, he becomes addicted to that energy. He's not just feeling your lips, he's feeling your confidence. Now, here's the good news. Confidence doesn't mean you need to know every move in the book. You don't need to be some kind of movie star performer. What it really means is this: you own the moment, you enjoy yourself, you let go of overthinking, and you focus on making a connection rather than being perfect. Men are far less concerned about technique than they are about whether you look like you're into it. Think about the last time you were with someone who was clearly enjoying themselves. Their enthusiasm made you enjoy it more, right? The same rule applies here. If you act like you love giving him pleasure, like it turns you on to see him lose control, he'll remember that forever. It's not the move itself, it's the feeling you gave him. Confidence also allows you to slow down. So many women rush because they feel pressure to perform. But when you're confident, you know that teasing him, dragging out the moment, and even pausing to make eye contact is what actually makes him crave you. Confidence gives you permission to play, to experiment, to shift gears without worrying if you're doing it wrong. That freedom makes you magnetic. And let's not forget, confidence is sexy visually too. When you hold his gaze, when you smile like you know you're in control of his pleasure, when you look like you're enjoying the taste of him, it drives him insane. That little glance up at him, that half smile that says, you're mine right now, that's the image he won't be able to erase from his mind. Now, here's the key. Confidence isn't about faking it. It's about shifting your mindset. Instead of asking, am I doing this right? You ask, how much fun can I have turning him on right now? Instead of worrying about whether you're good enough, you think, I'm the woman who gets to do this to him. He's the lucky one. That shift alone changes everything about how you show up in that moment. So if you want the best way to start blowing his mind, stop obsessing over technique, stop comparing yourself to some fantasy you've seen online. Instead, focus on walking into the moment with the confidence that your energy is what makes it unforgettable. A confident woman doesn't just give him pleasure, she makes him feel desired, chosen, and completely hooked. Because at the end of the day, the truth is simple. He can find good technique anywhere, but that magnetic, playful confidence, that's rare. That's what makes you the woman he can't stop thinking about long after it's over. If there's one thing most women underestimate when it comes to driving a man wild, it's the power of teasing. Too many women skip the build up and dive straight into the main event thinking, let's just get to it. But here's the truth. Men adore anticipation. In fact, for many guys, the build-up is almost more powerful than the act itself. Why? Because teasing gets into his head. It makes him crave you. It makes every second of what follows feel like an explosion. Think about this for a second. Imagine you're starving and someone hands you a plate of your favorite meal. If you get it instantly, you'll enjoy it, sure. But if you can smell it cooking for a while, see it being prepared, watch it steaming, and finally get to taste it after all that waiting, the pleasure is doubled. Teasing works exactly the same way. It's that mouth-watering anticipation that makes the payoff unforgettable. So how do you tease a man before you go down on him? Start slow. Don't rush to give him what he wants right away. Let your lips wander. Kiss his chest, his stomach, the inside of his thighs. Trace your tongue lightly along his skin, just close enough to make him think it's about to happen, then pull away. Watch his breath catch. Hear him groan in frustration. That's when you know you've got him exactly where you want him. And here's the secret: the teasing isn't just physical, it's psychological. When you delay giving him what he wants, you're sending a powerful message: I'm in control of this moment. I'll decide when you get what you're craving. That power dynamic is unbelievably sexy for men. It makes him feel like you're not just giving him pleasure, you're playing with him, owning him, and making him surrender to your pace. Another layer of teasing comes through your words. Whisper something in his ear as you kiss your way down. Say things like, "You want this, don't you?" Or, "Not yet, I'm going to make you wait." That kind of verbal tease hits his imagination and makes the tension skyrocket. Men are incredibly visual, but when you add words to the mix, it's like pouring gasoline on the fire. The best part about teasing is that it builds intensity naturally. By the time you actually go down on him, he's already been through waves of anticipation and his senses are heightened. Every touch feels more powerful. Every movement feels more addictive because he's been waiting for it. That's why teasing isn't a delay. It's an investment. You're not wasting time. You're multiplying the pleasure. And don't underestimate eye contact during teasing. When you pause, glance up at him with that mischievous smile, and then go back to kissing around him, it's game over. That look says, I know exactly what I'm doing to you, and I'm enjoying every second of watching you lose control. It's that playful cruelty, the kind that makes him feel both tortured and blessed at the same time, that keeps him hooked. Here's what's really happening when you tease. You're training his mind to associate you with craving. Every time he remembers you, he won't just think of what you did. He'll remember that insane feeling of being desperate for more, completely at your mercy. That's what makes teasing so addictive. So don't think of teasing as a warm up or something optional. Think of it as the most important part of the entire experience. Because when you make him wait, when you build that delicious tension, when you playfully deny him just long enough to make him ache, you transform something ordinary into something unforgettable. And the best part, once he finally gets what he's been begging for, it won't just feel good. It will feel like the greatest gift he's ever received. Here's a secret most women don't realize: men may act like they're simple when it comes to pleasure, but their bodies actually crave variety. And this is where so many women unintentionally miss the mark. They find a rhythm, they stick with it, and they never change gears. At first, he loves it, but after a few minutes, the predictability sets in. He knows exactly what's coming and the excitement starts to fade. Think of it like music. Imagine a song that has one beat, one note, repeating over and over again. At first, you're nodding along, but eventually, you're bored. Now, think about your favorite song. The reason you love it is because it surprises you. The chorus explodes, the tempo shifts, the melody rises and falls. That's what keeps you hooked. Well, his body works exactly the same way. If you want to make him truly addicted to the experience, you need to give him rhythm changes, tempo shifts, and surprises along the way. So what does that look like in practice? It's about playing with speed, pressure, and intensity. Sometimes go slow, dragging it out so every inch of him feels the build up. Other times pick up the pace, catching him off guard. Mix in moments where you're gentle and delicate, then switch to something more powerful. Think of it as waves. You're pulling him in, letting him catch his breath, and then hitting him with another surge of pleasure. That unpredictability is what makes him grip the sheets and lose control. And here's something most women overlook: variety isn't just about your mouth. It's about using everything you've got. your hands, your lips, even your tongue in different ways. Change positions, change angles, experiment with how you're holding him. These little shifts make the entire experience feel endlessly fresh and exciting. It's like giving him 100 different flavors instead of just one. Another part of variety that's massively underrated, pausing. Don't underestimate the power of stopping midway, pulling back, looking at him with that cheeky smile, and then going right back in. That pause drives him insane. It creates this roller coaster of intensity that his body can't predict, and that unpredictability is exactly what makes it unforgettable. Now, I want to make an important point here. Variety isn't about being robotic or mechanical. It's not about overthinking or constantly switching every 5 seconds like you're following a playbook. It's about feeling the moment and responding to his reactions. When you notice his breathing pick up, when you hear that groan escape his throat, when you feel him tighten, those are signals. That's your feedback loop. Use those cues to shift gears, slow down when he's on the edge, speed up when he's begging for more. That responsiveness is what makes it feel personal, intimate, and irresistible. The truth is, variety shows him 2 things. First, that you know what you're doing. You're not afraid to explore, experiment, and take him on a journey. Second, and more importantly, it shows him that you care about his pleasure. You're not just there to get it done. You're invested in making it unforgettable for him. That thought alone will make him worship you. Because here's the reality any woman can do: good enough. But the woman who knows how to surprise him, who keeps him guessing, who turns his body into an instrument and plays it like a song, that's the woman who stays in his head for days, weeks, even years. So don't underestimate the power of variety. Predictability may be safe, but it's never sexy. Surprise him, switch it up, keep him on edge. Because when you do, he won't just think you're good. He'll think you're the best he's ever had. Here's something most women don't realize: when you're going down on a man, your mouth doesn't have to do all the work. In fact, the real magic happens when you combine your mouth and your hands together. Because let's be honest, your lips are incredible, but your hands give you so much more control, creativity, and variety. And when you learn how to use both in harmony, that's when you take him from "this feels amazing" to "this is the best experience of my life." Think about it like this: your mouth is the spotlight, but your hands are the supporting cast that make the whole performance unforgettable. Without them, the scene is good, but with them, it becomes a show. Stopper. So how do you actually use your hands in a way that drives him crazy? First, think of your hands as an extension of your mouth. When you're working together, you can create sensations that feel fuller, deeper, and more overwhelming. For example, as your mouth moves, your hand can follow the rhythm, twist slightly, or squeeze gently. That combination of warmth, pressure, and movement makes him feel surrounded, like you've completely taken over his body. Your hands also allow you to play with rhythm and pacing. You can slow your mouth down while your hands keep the intensity up, or you can pause your mouth completely and let your hands take over for a moment. That shift keeps him guessing, keeps him on edge, and makes the return of your lips even more powerful. And here's another secret: your hands give you more stamina. Let's be real, going down on a man can be physically demanding, but when you use your hands, you don't have to do all the heavy lifting with your mouth. You can take little breaks without losing intensity. He stays in the moment, still overwhelmed by sensation, while you get a chance to breathe and reset. Now, variety with your hands is just as important as variety with your mouth. Don't just do the same motion over and over. Play with pressure, sometimes tighter, sometimes looser. Play with angles. Try twisting your wrist, changing direction, or mixing in circular movements. Even something as simple as switching hands can change the experience completely. The goal is to keep his body from ever settling into predictability. And let's not forget, your hands don't have to stay in one place. They can explore. They can rest on his thighs, on his hips, on his stomach. That touch alone makes him feel grounded, desired, and controlled. There's something incredibly intimate about feeling your hands holding him down while your mouth works its magic. It's that mix of tenderness and dominance that leaves him completely undone. Another subtle but powerful tip: sync your hand and mouth movements together. When your hand twists while your mouth moves in rhythm, it creates a spiral of pleasure he can't resist. It's like giving him double the stimulation at once. And trust me, he'll feel it everywhere. Now, here's the part most women underestimate: your hands aren't just there for practical reasons. They're a part of the fantasy. When a man looks down and sees you using both your mouth and your hands, he's not just feeling incredible. He's seeing a performance that's burned into his memory. That visual alone can be just as powerful as the physical pleasure. So remember this, your hands are not a backup plan. They're not just there when your mouth gets tired. They are an equal partner in creating an experience that overwhelms him physically and emotionally. Because at the end of the day, he's not just going to remember the sensation, he's going to remember how completely taken care of, how completely consumed he felt in your hands. And that's exactly what keeps him craving you again and again. If there's one thing that separates a woman who's good at it from a woman who's unforgettable, it's this: she doesn't just give him pleasure, she shows him that she loves giving him pleasure. And trust me, men can feel the difference instantly. Think about it. Imagine he's with one woman who goes down on him but looks distracted, bored, or like she's just ticking a box. Sure, it feels good physically, but emotionally it feels flat. Now imagine another woman who's playful, who smiles up at him, who moans softly because she's turned on by his reaction. Suddenly, it's not just physical, it's intimate, electric, almost addictive. That second woman is the one he'll remember because she made him feel wanted in the deepest way. Here's the truth: men are incredibly tuned into your energy. He can feel if you're enthusiastic or if you'd rather be doing something else. And nothing turns him on more than seeing you enjoy the act, not because you want to, but because you want to. When you make it clear that you get turned on by his pleasure, that you love seeing him lose control, you tap into one of his deepest desires to feel desired. So how do you show him? First, it's in your body language. Eye contact is powerful. When you glance up at him midway, when you hold his gaze with that cheeky smile, it makes him feel like he's the only man in the world. Your expressions tell him everything, whether you're savoring the moment, whether you're excited by the effect you're having on him. Second, it's in your sounds. A soft moan, a playful giggle, a whispered, "I love doing this to you," can drive him wild. These little cues reassure him that you're not just tolerating it, you're thriving in it. It's not about being theatrical, it's about being genuine. If you like how he tastes, if you love how he reacts, let him see it, let him hear it. Third, it's in your playfulness. Show him you're not just performing, you're enjoying the game. Tease him, pause to kiss him somewhere else. Laugh when he groans in frustration, and then dive back in. That playful energy keeps the mood light, sexy, and unforgettable. Here's the thing: when you show him you love his pleasure, you're giving him something no technique alone can provide. You're giving him intimacy. You're giving him the sense that this isn't just about getting him off, it's about connecting with him in a way no one else does, and that's what turns good into legendary. Because at the end of the day, what he'll remember isn't just the physical sensation. He'll remember the way you looked at him, the way you smiled, the way you made him feel like the most desired man alive. And that memory, that's what will make him crave you long after the moment is over. So let's bring it all together. What's the best way to go down on a man? It's not about having the most perfect technique in the world. It's about the experience you create for him. When you walk in with confidence, when you tease him and make him wait, when you mix it up with variety, when you use your hands as much as your mouth, and when you show him how much you love his pleasure, you're not just giving him a good time, you're giving him a memory he'll replay over and over again. Because here's the truth: any woman can make him feel good physically, but the woman who makes him feel desired, worshipped, and completely powerless in her hands, that's the woman who becomes unforgettable. That's the woman he can't stop craving. That's the woman he thinks about every time he closes his eyes. And remember, ladies, this isn't about being perfect. It's not about comparing yourself to anyone else. It's about owning the moment, enjoying yourself, and letting him see that you love turning him on. When you do that, he doesn't just feel pleasure, he feels chosen. And that's the most powerful gift you can give a man. Now, if you found this helpful, here's what I want you to do, Zay. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 5 secrets you're most excited to try. Hit that like button if you want me to make more videos like this. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one, because I've got plenty more sexy little secrets coming your way. Until then, remember, confidence, playfulness, and passion are the real magic. Go make him melt.